Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. Going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the new pickup from New England. This is Damian Harris. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Bills at 3-4 on the year coming into play. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They go play action. Mayfield. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
Now the veteran of a handful of teams, it's Chase Edmonds. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down at 7. Another carry now for Edmonds. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Touchdown! Harrison Bryant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Pick it up, you're embarrassing.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. On the return is Cohen. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Mayfield now from the 50. And his throw here's incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So after the INT, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. But you look at this defense. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Mayfield down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Mayfield on 1st down. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
2nd down, Mayfield. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Harrison Bryant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Allen going to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
26-yard punt.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
Waste of time.
Now a give to Edmonds. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's Mayfield. That's complete to Palmer. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing, Mayfield. That's again complete to Palmer. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the 8-yard line.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chase Edmonds, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Take that. Thank you.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
Second and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Let's put 6 on the board, fellas. Like a steamroller, baby.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bills nothing.
Time to hit play dirt, fellas.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Open man, it's Palmer. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a throw here, hold in. Room here to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the carry, it's Edmonds. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Mayfield looks to throw. That's taken in by Palmer. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. On the ground, it's Edmonds. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Second down and another run with Edmonds. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Edmonds is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And shoves him off at the 20. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a first down carry for Harris. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, he lost 6 there on the first down play.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Able to push his way through. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 46 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To the air, Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Allen now looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Blocked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Hardy set to return. Bust through the tackle. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Back to throw. Allen hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo, and this is a blowout. As we get set for the fourth quarter, a very one-sided affair. Second and 10. Again, they run with Edmonds. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, they run with Edmonds. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. This is Harris on the draw. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw, it's Allen. Purdy's got it on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards for number 11. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Another carry now for Edmonds. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now Edmonds. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 113 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Now a 2nd and 6. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
What just happened? Seriously? Is that even a play? Deal.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Tampa Bay, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.